My question pertains to healthcare. My husband is self-employed. I work part-time, so we don't have healthcare, but we actually like it that way. It's forced us to be smarter consumers, and I'd like to know, as president, what you would do to protect our freedom to opt out of government healthcare.
You know, the president now has this ability to allow people to get exemptions. You know, some of his friends or some communities, they've been exempted. So I would give a blanket exemption to everybody who wants out. But you know, opting out should be the principle that we're always looking at. You know, whether it's Obamacare or whatever. What about if you're 65 and you would like to opt out? Well, you can opt out by not taking it, but you can't opt out from paying into it. Education, you should be able to opt out of the public school system if you don't want to. You can opt out. Fortunately, you can still have homeschooling and private schooling, but I offer tax credits for those people to get some of their tax money back. But unfortunately, I know in Texas, I don't know if it's true up here, but school taxes are pretty darn high. You know, when you think about it, the more government's been involved, the higher the cost goes up, and the poorer the education gets. And look at what's happened with our young people graduating from college. You know, $1 trillion at the out and no job. But no, opting out should be, you know, if you can't get rid of it, you should have the right to get out of it. And what there's these medical savings accounts. You might look at those but Obama wants to get rid of those. He doesn't want private practice. He doesn't want these small practices like I was in. He wants to force you into it. And some of the expense of forcing a doctor into it, they can't pay for it. It costs like $30,000 for the program and $4,000 or $5,000 a month just to get connected so all your medical records goes to Washington. I mean, it is really bad. So we should have, you know, if a young couple like you want out, you should be able to get out. Medical savings account are good. You put your money out, you get a tax, you pay cash for what you get. The doctor-patient relationship comes back. But then a lot of people can still the major medical is available. But right now we're having less and less choices. And once again, you know, this movement in the direction of more government medicine hasn't been just those bad Democrats. You know, prescription health care program has been significant. But the other thing that I am very strong on is that there are too many restrictions on alternative health care. We talked about the special interests and the control of special interests in legislation. It's the drug companies, the insurance company that controls this legislation. In either party, they get to write these bills, and they want to force you into the system. But the drug companies also make it difficult to get alternative health care. They want licensing done, and you can't do this, and you can't advertise for nutritional products and other things. So, I mean, it gets so bad that if you happen to believe that you have a right to drink raw milk, you would support my position that the federal government has no right to tell you whether or not you can drink raw milk.
If I could just explain a little something we're going to do different tonight than what we've been doing. This is probably the largest turnout that we've had for any of our town meetings with the Congress. And that's the good news, okay? Now, some people will probably call it the bad news.